Hello friends, my name is Jagmohan Singh and I am Chartered Accountant by profession. Today I am going to talk about how we do accounting. So let me take you to the various files and the accounting process of accounting. Let me share screen with you. Here I go. So I have opened Tally as well as I have opened Google Drive sheet. Here is the process. First of all, we need to make a folder of the client. Here our client is Mindpower. In the Mindpower folder, we will create Mindpower financial year 2017-18 because these books we are going to write for the financial year 2017 and 18. There is a file in the name of about the client. This file contains all the information about the client. What is the name, location, address, value, expectation, service, engagement letter, points, everything will be covered in the about the client. Master list of activity contains that all the activity that need to be done by the accounts department for that company. We will go all the files step by step and completely explain the process. First of all, let us go to the Mindpower financial year 2017-18 folder. Now in this folder, you can see there are another 6 subfolders. Every folder will contain the soft copy of the bills. First folder name is sale, second one is purchase, then expenses, banking, compliances, miscellaneous. Apart from this folder, we have created 5 files: sale, purchase, expenses, bank book, and cash book. All this file will contain the data based upon which accounting to be done. Let us see what is there in the sale folder. In the sale folder, we need to have all the sales invoice in the PDF format. That means to say soft copy of the bill will be stored in this file. Here the bill number is 883. You can see the preview of that folder. Here is the folder. It is very simple. Now, how to upload the sale file in this folder? There are various options available. One of the option is you have soft copy of that bill, then simply click on new and press on the point file upload, select the respective file and upload it. There, that way it will be uploaded here. Another way is you can have Google Drive on your mobile. Let me show you how it works. Let me go to the main screen. Yeah, here it goes. So here you can see in your mobile, you have Google Drive. So let me go to the Google Drive portion. Is it visible to you? I don't think so. Let me go a little. I think now it will be visible. Now I think it will be visible now. Yes. So here we go. There is a folder in the name of Google Drive. You open that folder. Google Drive. I open that. When I open it, then here comes the folder. You can see the same folders. If the light is very bright, let me put it to a little normal way. I think now it is visible, right? So here you can see the same sale file, purchase file, expenses file, banking file. If you want to upload any of the sale bill, just press on the sale and then just press on the button of plus, and here is the option use camera. When you will use camera, for example, so there is a purchase bill. So this is a purchase bill. You just simply need to click on the purchase bill. If that was the purchase bill, you need to take a photo of that, and now you need to press here use photo. When you will set use photo, it will automatically start going into that particular folder. By this way, any of the document can be uploaded in that respective folder. You can see at what speed this is going. It is going on a very, very good speed. That way it will be uploaded. Now let me go to the next part. After a few minutes, that will be uploaded here. You can see a bill has come here. It is coming. It is processing. It is about to process. and after a few seconds it will automatically get uploaded there. Let me put on the button. Yes, here you go. So can you see this bill we had uploaded just now in front of you? So you can see this photo. So this photo can be of any of the bill. That way purchase bill has been entered. Now let me go to the next folder. That is the purchase folder. In the purchase folder, just like a sale, you will upload the bills. Then there is an expense folder. Already I have saved one bill in the expense folder. Electricity. Just look at the name. Electricity 904 2017 October 24. You can open this file and here is the expense bill. After the expense bill, you need to go to the banking. In the banking, you need to have number of folder as per the number of bank account the client is maintaining. In this case, Mindpower HDFC Bank, Mindpower Yes Bank. When you will go to the HDFC Bank, here is a bank statement I have downloaded and saved here. Here you go. The complete bank statement will be available here when it gets open. So when it will open, let me do it again. So since these are 9 pages, yeah, here it is go. After uploading the bank statement, another file is relating to compliances in which you can save GST compliances related challans and TDS related challans. Any of the file which is of the miscellaneous nature need to be put into the miscellaneous folder. Now, Excel file need to be maintained. Once the bills are uploaded in respective folder, entry of every bill to be done in the respective file. Here we go. Right now I have opened a file. Its name is sales file. When we open a sales file, you can see a bill prepared on date 1st December. Bill number was 883. Bill date was 1st December. Party name was Sita Fine Art. Sale of rupees 10,000. No IGST, 900 CGST, 900 IGST, 11,800 total amount. Whether this bill has been uploaded in the file? Yes, it has been uploaded. Approved by, you will mention the name. Date of posting in the tally 1st December. Payment status, whether the payment has been received or not. No, payment has not been received. If the amount will be received, you will mention date and amount. And if the balance payment is received in second installment, second part, then you will mention date of payment from the party, amount of payment from the party, and remarks column will be mentioned. Our first step was to upload the bill in the respective folder. Our second step is to enter the bill in the Excel file. Secondly, we have maintained the purchase. Thirdly, we have maintained the expenses. Let me show you another example here. Date of expense bill was 31st October. Bill number was this. Bill date was 24th October. Party name was, I shown you electricity bill, DRPL bill. Expense head was electricity 904. Basic amount was 16,830. No IGST, no CGST, no SGST. Total amount was 16,830. Whether TDS is applicable? No. Whether TDS section not applicable? TDS rate is not applicable. TDS amount is 0. This will make ensure that TDS, wherever it is required to be deducted, has been taken care as a part of the process. Who has approved that? Date of posting in tally is 14th November. What is the payment status? If it is paid or a payable, when the payment was made, it was paid on 14th November, online 16,832. If any balance payment is made in the second part, then balance payment will come here and remarks need to be mentioned here. You can see what I have done. I have inserted a link of that bill here. I just shown the electricity bill. When you will click on the link, the same electricity bill will also get open here in the Excel file of electricity. This will make your life very, 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 very easy. This way, all the soft copy of the data and documentation is available online. It's very, very convenient. Have you seen that? Okay, let me open that again. So here you go. When we open that, it accordingly process and electricity bill gets open. Here is the same electricity bill, right? Let us go to the next part of the discussion. Next part is we have prepared another file in the name of bank book. In the bank book, we need to make a sheet of Excel file. First bank was HDFC Bank of Mindpower. So I have mentioned here, since I have started this from 1st of November, so on 31st October, the opening balance was 1,63,396 rupees 54 paise. 1st November, this was the check number, HDFC Bank saving on Jagmohan Singh, 7,000 amount was paid, and balance becomes this. All the entry of the bank statement need to be updated in this bank book. Is payment against invoice? No. Bill number was not applicable here. Bill amount is not, TDS was not applicable. Check amount was 7,000. Final billing or advance? It is neither a billing nor advance. So what was the reason for the payment? For petty cash expenses. You can see all the entry of the bank statement are very well explained. Now what is required? The requirement is just to take the entry from here and make a posting in the tally. Let's go to the another file. The another file is petty cash book. When you open the petty cash book, all the expenditure relating to cash is being entered here as per the system and the processes. Here is the petty cash book. On 4th of April, there was no opening balance. 1,000 amount is received, and some expenditure must have been incurred on the 4th April. Let us see what was that expenditure. That expenditure was rupees 50 newspaper expenses. So balance become 950. Closing balance. So this closing balance become the opening balance of the next day. So for all 365 days, entries has been recorded. That way, in the petty cash expenses, all the expenses will be available. Now for the accountant to do the accounting in the tally, all source data will become available here. You need to remember one thing. These 6 folders need to be maintained, and these 5 files need to be maintained to do the accounting in a very proper and systematic way. Let us go to the next step. Next step is this. Uh, uh, Accounting. Which are the various aspects that need to be taken care in the accounting? I am going to open that checklist. If you see, there is accounting, making it simple, accurate, on time, every time. This is what we promise. Here we do. I have mentioned here serial number, process, and online accounting. We are doing 2 types of accounting. One is the online accounting, another is the on-site accounting. Online accounting means accountant are sitting in our office and we do accounting as per the procedure. Other option is that we are going to client place, that is called on-site. We can do accounting as a part-time accounting, or we can do a full-time accounting. Like our accountants, 1, 2, 3, 30, 50, any number of accountant as per the requirement, we will place at client premises and do the accounting. And we will follow the same process of documentation and accurate on-time accounting. Now, which are the steps that need to be taken care while preparing the online accounting or on-site accounting? Everywhere process will remain the same. The first part is create company in online tally. So as I mentioned, we have an online tally with us. So here is the online tally. So in the online tally, you need to open a company. I have opened a company, Mind Power Financial Consultant Private Limited. Second part is create chart of account as per the standard master balance sheet and profit and loss account. That means to say, when I open the profit and loss account in this company, you will see that profit and loss account, all the expenses that we have made. Here we go. Yes. Yeah. So what are the standard expenses? There is a direct expenses and the indirect expenses. In the direct expenses, we have the group. In the group, you can see the expenses has been grouped like this. Indirect expenses contain administrative expenses, employee benefit expenses, finance expenses, selling and distribution expenses. On the income side, you can have professional fees. In case of manufacturing concern or trading concern, you will have sale or a job work. Indirect income, you have a other income. These expenses are further classified into various aspects like conveyance, electricity, and this electricity has been further classified into the respective ledger account. Electricity 216, 217, and expenses 904. That way, we need to maintain the accounting as per the standard master balance sheet and profit and loss account. This is the second step that need to be done. Third step that we need to do is update opening balance as per the last audited balance sheet. Here opening balances are already updated. This step is done. Then you need to create a master list of activity which is required to be done by the accountant. The master list of activity to be prepared this way. Here we go. In the mind power folder, you have seen master list of activity. In case of our company, like serial number is one, concerned person who is doing the accounting is Surbi, designation is executive, a backup will be Davinder, and company mind power location is head office, fill pay in slip and deposit check in banks. This is a task need to be done, frequency is daily, the day is daily, and 1 minute per pay in slip is being taken care to fill up the 1 minute is required to fill up the pay-in slip. That way, we have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 47 activity that is required to be done for doing the accounting. In this case, activity includes daily activities. Some activities are weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually. And let us see the kind of activities are there. Updating the bank, petty cash update, AG financial model in Google Drive update, tax account to be updated, expenses in tally updation, weekly checking and payment of conveyance, TDS deposit and filing of returns, salary checking and payment, GST, GST 3B deposit, preparation of financial summary, net worth, MIS, and getting ITR and tax story done on a yearly basis, and weekly executive meeting to be done with the GM technical. These are the various activity. So once all this master activity has been done and defined, the next step is create CLDL of the accounting team. If there are more than one accountant, then we need to make a more than one accountant's CLDL. In case of a online accounting or a part-time accounting, CL will become of that particular person. Here you can see, in case of a Surbi, we have prepared the respective CL. As you can see, let me go to the CL. We have created the CL in their respective folder, GDS, cyclic CL and DL. So when we see CL, here comes the CL of Surbi. Yes, all the activity that we have mentioned in master list, that that need to be allocated person wise. Like Surbi is the person in that case. All the daily activity that we had defined in master list are now showing in the respective CL sheet. Can you see this? Yeah, these are all those activities. Now these are the other than activities, other than daily activities, respective dates. And when the work is done on time, they need to mention yes. Automatically, it will become green. If the work is done late, it will become yellow. If the work is delegated, it will become the color. And accordingly, the scoreboard will start showing up. Here is the scoreboard. You can see, like these are the score which is coming as per the data to be filled in that software. The next step that need to be taken care is create GST master ledger and activate GST feature in Tally. As I mentioned you, the Tally contain all the GST feature. So this feature need to be updated in Tally. So as you are aware, in when you will go to display and you will go to statutory reports, in the statutory report you are able to see the GST reports, GST1, GST2, Challan reconciliation, GSTN, etc. All the feature need to be updated by going into the master of these aspect. Next step need to be taken care is create TDS master. Just like that, by the respective folder, we need to create masters of the respective ledger account. Let me show you one of the example. Like in this case, we are deducting the TDS. We need to mention is TDS detectable. We need to mention yes, and accordingly, all the feature need to be activated. Next step that need to be taken care is activate audit feature of Tally. It is very important while doing the accounting in Tally. So here is the option audit and compliances. This feature need to be activated, and in audit and analysis, you will be able to do the audit. Who will do the audit? When the executive is doing the accounting, the senior person will do the audit of all the voucher entered into. In this case, there are 4,283 voucher. When we opened this, we can see in case of service income, a voucher has been entered. It is a professional fees. The last bill entered here is other all industry. Now, if this account is audited, you will need to mention audited. If this not okay and we are putting it a hold, and then we are making a remarks in this folder, or or if it you need external clarification or internal clarification, that need to be done, and accordingly remarks to be mentioned here. So that way audit feature need to be activated in Tally in respect of all the accounting that we are doing. Thereafter we need to create a budget feature in Tally. Creation of budget feature is also very important aspect. Here you can see, so there is a option of when you will go to display, when you will go to accounting information, so there is an option which is coming in the name of budget. You are create a budget, or there is a already budget created in this. Let us see. There's a April 2017 budget has been created. When you go to that budget, and from April 2017 to 30th April 17 for a particular ledger account, if we are want to open a, we press yes, and then we mention here like printing and stationery if we are mentioning, and on the closing balance if the printing stationery expense bill to be 1500, and likewise you need to create a budget for every item. So in the display, when we see the budget variation comparing with the April budget, we will be able to see how the things are showing up and coming. uh, it will show accordingly. So we need to select a period. The period coming is one, uh, we can say April 17 to say 30th April 2017. Here, and here you can see. Can you see? Printing a stationery budget was 1500, actually is 10,688. So there is a variation. So I need to select the period. Let me do the period. April 17 to, yes, you can see the budget amount was 1500, actually is 4211, and accordingly we can see what is the budget, what is the actual, what is the budget, what is the actual. So my point here is we need to mention a budget for each head of the income and expenditure. Next thing we need to do is activate a financial summary TDL file. What is that? We have already activated in this. You can see here you go. There is a file in the name of JDA report, and there is a file called financial summary. Can you see? Just by clicking the two button, we got the financial summary that need to be activated. Another we need to do, create schedule 3 balance sheet in Tally. So when we go to the balance sheet portion, there you can see, there you can see when we open balance sheet, and there is an option coming in the name of schedule 3 balance schedule 6. Yeah, this one. You press on schedule 6 balance sheet. By doing that, now you need to group all the ungrouped amount that is being appearing here. In order to learn that, can you see here, like in case of a trade payable, these are the items which are ungrouped. When you want to group this item in a respective folder, you just need to press on the ungrouped portion. That file will get open, and accordingly you need to press Control Enter, select the respective. uh, you can see these are the various head which are showing as a ungrouped. All these expenses now need to be grouped under the respective heads. We have a separate video in the name of how to prepare schedule 3 balance sheet in Tally. You can see that video for a detailed verification. Here I am giving you the idea that what you are required to do. You are required to create schedule 3 balance sheet in Tally. Next point was sales invoice soft copy in sales folder. This I have already explained to you. I am talking about this folder. Yes, I'm talking about this folder in the mind power. I'm talking about this folder. Yes, so you need to sale invoice soft copy. Then you need to fill sale invoice by detailing sale FMS. That meant to say I'm talking about this one, this sale. Next, you need to do purchase invoice soft copy in purchase folder. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, this purchase folder. The next point that you need to do is purchase invoice wise detailing purchase FMS. I'm talking about this purchase. Next point is you need to expense bill in expense folder. Here is the expense folder. All the expenses will need to be here. Next is expense bill wise detail in expense FMS. I'm talking about this expense FMS. Next point is Cash book that need to be maintained on the Excel. So here is the cash book, petty cash book. Next point I am mentioning here is bank statement in bank folder. So here is the banking folder, and banking detail in bank book, and here is the bank book that I have shown to you in the initial. Next step need to be taken care is GST folder. GST folder to be prepared under the compliances folder. When you open a compliance, there has to be a folder in the name of GST. All the challan and relevant document relating to GST need to be present in this GST folder. Another folder that you need to have is a TDS folder. So all the TDS related folder can be created here, and file need to be stored here. This is what I'm talking about, TDS folder. Next thing is the advanced tax folder. So similarly, in the compliances, you can have a folder in the name of advanced tax. Can you see? We have created that. All the challan and the calculation need to be stored under this folder. And this was the last point. So all 23 points are taken care. Now by doing this, you can see when you have all the information available here, you have sale, you have purchase, you have expenses, you have bank detail, you have cash expenses detail as well. All the information, what is required to be done. Uh, Look at here on the sale file and accordingly do the entry in tally. Making entry in the tally is very simple. Simply by entering on the voucher portion, you will enter the sale voucher. So here we go. Here is the sale voucher. In the sale voucher, in the sale voucher, you already have the complete detail, bill number, bill date, and everything. So entry can be done here. Similarly, entry can be done for the purchase and the expenses and the petty cash book. That way, since all the information we have made available in the soft form following a accounting process, now accounting becomes so easy and all information are readily available to you. My requirement from each one of you is that for every books of account, we need to create folder in the Google Drive like this. For that, for every client, a separate Gmail ID will be created, that will be accounting.system@gmail.com, accounting.clientname@gmail.com. That way we will be able to do that. This is how accounting will now onward be done by that. You can see we are doing accounting outsourcing work and doing online as well as on-site accounting. One thing which is common, that online accounting, the way we are doing at our offices, exactly the same way in on-site accounting, we have created the system and the structure so that we are able to provide a consistent result, and we can proudly say that we are transforming accounting and making it simple, accurate, on time, every time. Thank you very much for your patience listening and watching this video. Thank you.